uncommonly lively today.
No more than usual, madam. But you're far too miserable. Your face grows longer from day to day.
You only think that because I take no pleasure in discussing politics with my aunt, or in gossiping idly with you.
Come now, madam, you can be more open with me. You've got some secret preoccupation. Why, we've all noticed it. We were discussing it only this morning. With Mr. Jones.
With Mr. Jones? And who, pray, gave you permission to bring me into the conversation?
Well, and what of it? As if it were a crime to hear your praises sung by the prettiest young gentleman imaginable. And when it comes to rendering service to a lady, well, he's always first into the breach. That's what I like in a man.
Really? I'm ready to believe you're in love with him yourself.
Something convinces me there's more to that man than meets the eye. How your father loves him. And Mr. Allworthy, he's been like a father to him ever since he found him abandoned as a newborn baby. Indeed, you can be sure I'll gladly take his side myself when I hear things said against him.
That's most good-hearted of you.
Yes, and another thing. That fratty old Quaker in Mr. Allworthy's household, Mr. Dowling, he barely has a good word for anyone, so aloof. But when he talks about Jones, he talks with respect.
Yes, I've noticed that too.
Oh, madam, as the heavens are just, all will be brought to light. Meanwhile, he needs someone to look after him, poor boy, and you are just the person he needs.
What are you trying to say?
Well, yesterday, he was taking a walk in the garden after dinner. There was I, behind a bush, when I heard him say only 1,000 times more tenderly than I ever could.
For all my life, my darling Sophia will captivate my heart with her charms. If love should unite us, I treasure every moment spent within her arms. Spent within her arms. What soul being near her, permitted every day to see and to hear her, would dare defy the power of love. No, my life, my darling Sophia will captivate my heart with her charms. If love should unite us, I treasure every moment spent within her arms. Spent within her arms. I shall flee in silence, no more shall we meet. Oh, hope deny me, distance shall hide me. Softly I'll repeat, repeat, repeat. For all my life, my darling Sophia will captivate my heart with her charms. If love should unite us, I treasure every moment spent within her arms. Spent within her arms.
Oh, Mrs. Honour, if you promise to make no further mention of this, I'll forgive you. But be careful, you're indiscreet.
Fie,
too indiscreet. If my father ever...
Have no fear, madam. Someone's coming. It's your aunt, engrossed in her gazette, as usual.
Sophia, my dear. Busy with the brush? Excellent, excellent. I do like to see young people occupied. Mrs.Honour, kindly leave us.
Certainly, ma'am. More state secrets, I'll be bound.
I am sorely vexed, miss, sorely indeed. Affairs in the north have taken a turn which is quite contrary to my predictions. Against all reason, the Scots are revolting again. It's too much. I'd had a treaty drawn up, clauses worked out, but they would have none of it. Really, how tiresome it is to make arrangements for people who will not listen.
Oh, but Aunt, would it not be simpler to let people make arrangements for themselves?
Oh, that is most easily said. But these perpetual contradictions tease me so much that I have little time to consider the interests of this household, since that brainless father of yours leaves all the bother of looking after to me. There's not a scrap of perception in that Hottentot head of his, only horses and dogs. If only he could see through you as I do.
See through me?
Yes, you, Miss Western. Oh, how guileless you are, my dear, how charmingly ingenue. But for the last 2 months, ever since our neighbour, Mr. Allworthy, his ward Smith, Jones, and his nephew Blifil came home, you have been morose, distracted, brooding, and I know why.
But I swear to you that there's no...
You are in love, Sophia.
How could you think such a thing?
It is useless to try to deceive me, so pray do not tell me a lie. My dear, believe me, I have a searching eye. You cannot deny I've a penetrating eye. Try to believe me. You cannot deceive me. A lady with a searching eye. Your nervous wit will not deceive me. My dear, believe me, I have a searching eye. Who can deny I've a penetrating eye? I've a penetrating eye. I've a penetrating eye. Statesmen skip, but I outdo them. Ministers lie, but I see through them. None is more skilled in political art. Take this advice if you'll permit me. In vain you seek to outwit me, for I can read your secret heart. Tis useless to try to deceive me, so pray do not tell me a lie. You cannot deny I'm a penetrating eye. Try to believe me. You cannot deceive me. The lady with the searching eye. Your nervous words will not deceive me. My dear, believe me, I have a searching eye. I can deny I've a penetrating eye. I've a penetrating eye. I've a penetrating eye.
I know not what to say.
Do not be ashamed to admit the truth, ma'am. I approve highly of your choice. He is most suitable. I shall broach the matter with your father at once.
Oh, Aunt, can anyone be as good to me as you are?
That's what I like to hear. You may rely on me. There is your father. There's no mistaking that noise.
Damn me! What a hunt that was! What a hunt, Agent!
One of the best, sir.
Yes, my fine friend, and all thanks to you. Ah, good day, Sophie. How are you, my dear? Pay your respects to young Tom here. Damn me if he ain't the finest huntsman in the whole of Somerset.
Oh, no, sir. That honour belongs to you.
Flattering young hound. Nay, lad, I speak the truth. Gad, Sophie, you should have seen him. Strap me, what energy! But of course, you women get up so damnably late.
Perhaps, brother, we should all roam the woods before dawn.
I'm only sorry that we cannot.
Indeed, ma'am. The sight of your pleasure would have greatly increased our own.
Oh, to be sure, it is most flattering for ladies of quality to expose themselves daily to the fury of the elements.
My dear sister, do you concern yourself with playing at politics? And don't meddle with our pleasures. Oh, damn me, though. You should have seen the hunt this morning. A perfect day, a 10-point stag, the pack in full cry. I blow my horn to call the pack together. We set off at dawn in perfect hunting weather. My horn sounds, bring hunters and hounds, bring hunters and hounds, ready to make the pace with my friend Jones, ready to make the pace with my friend Jones. I hear them cry, at bay, 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 at bay. When at once I say, let the hounds be away, let the hounds be away. Tally-ho, 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 tally-ho. The stag is hotly chased by my hounds. The stag is hotly chased by my hounds. The horn sounds, sounds, sounds. Run after him, my lads. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. The horn sounds, sounds, sounds. Run after him, my lads. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. One dog's excitement proves a distraction, Leaving the trail, they change direction. Leaving the trail, they change direction. Jones with one cry calls them back at heel. Oh, Tantivy, oh! Come Prince, come Patch, come Rex, come Rover. Then back and away, away. We chase this way and that, we follow his trail, we're hot on his trail. Tally-ho, tally-ho, run after him, lads. He tires, he's ours, the thickets impede his escape. After him, Prince, after him, Patch, after him, Rex, after him, Rover. The noble stag begins to flag. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. He rushes into the water. The stag's at bay, the stag's at bay. Tally-ho, tally-ho, now he flashes and falls. Tally-ho, tally-ho, now he flashes and falls. Now he falls, now he falls. The horn sounds, the echo resounds. The horn sounds, the echo resounds. I send in the hounds, I send in the hounds. The beast's at bay, he's forced to stay, to stay. Staggers to his feet, then at last he collapses. drink a toast to victory. My friends, let's celebrate our glory. Then all down, join in with the song, they join in with the song. Tantivy, hello, hello, tantivy, hello, tantivy, hello,
If you have quite finished, brother, may we speak a moment of serious matters?
Oh, very well. But tell me first, will dinner be much longer? I could eat an ox.
Dinner? But it's not yet midday.
And what of it? Tell them to be quick about it before we die of hunger. Come, lads, let's drink about it.
One moment, brother. Miss, kindly retire to your room. And you, gentlemen, would you oblige me by permitting me a moment alone with my brother?
Your servant, man. Soon's 'tis tyranny. That I know not what she wants, but well, we must keep the women happy. The bitch can't live forever, and I know I am down for it upon the will. Go on down to the candles, my friends. I'll join you presently. Well, sister, what is it now? Is the governor of Jamaica piqued at your last letter? Or are you come unstuck with your history of Western thought? Western thought?
No, more than Gothic ignorance. What I wish to say to you, brother, is that you know nothing of what goes on in your own house.
Gad, woman! I know that this house is littered with your papers. I know that French wines are damnably expensive this year. And I know that the country is going to the dogs. I settle up with the farmers every year. I pay my servants every month. And I have time to drink with my friends every day. What more is there to know?
Do you know that your daughter will shortly be 18?
Yes, I do. What does she want?
Well, you have never thought of giving her what one desires at her age. A husband!
Ah! Husband! Well, of course, 'tis my fondest wish to see her happy and marry her off to the richest heir in the county.
Well, I have noticed that ever since Mr. Allworthy's nephew came back...
Blifil?
Yes, Blifil.
Blifil? Ha! Do you seriously imagine that my Sophie could
You may rely on my perception!
A pox on your perception! Oi. I must confess, Blifil, well, he's a damnably bad huntsman, of course. Well, apart from that, he is a respectable enough fellow. And he is Allworthy's nephew. And sole heir. He'll be very rich. My daughter thinks well of him.
She does.
So, there we are, then. That's settled. Tally-ho, sister.
While you inform Allworthy, I shall ask Sophia to come and hear the happy news. Tally-ho, brother! Oh.
Yes, indeed. This marriage will be just the thing. For nothing could lie so handy together as our two estates. If I go hunting on their land, I shan't be trespassing. I shall stay with my son-in-law and enjoy my daughter's embraces into the bargain. Ah, what joy I see in store. I shall tell the news tonight, that at once forevermore I shall unite her with her heart's delight. I shall unite her with her heart's delight. joy, I can discover no discord in this love match song. You, Sophia, with your love, shall make your happiness my own. You, Sophia, with your love, shall make your happiness my own. Shall make your happiness my own.
Ah, come in, my dear Allworthy, come in.
I understand you wanted a word.
Yes, I do indeed, I do, yes. You know how long we two have been friends?
Yes, indeed. A continual source of pleasure to me.
And yet you have never deigned to hunt the stag with me.
Everyone to his own tastes, sir.
Curse my jacket, I'm damned if I know what your tastes are.
Peace, neighbour, peace and quiet. A stroll in the gardens, a shady corner to read in.
Yes, yes, well, let me tell you the happy news. You know how much I love my daughter, and how I shan't arrange her marriage unless you are in complete agreement.
Aye, but why should I object to your daughter's happiness?
Splendid! In that case, it's settled. I'm putting her to your nephew Blifil.
To Blifil? How is it possible?
They are in love. My sister has told me so, and I'm a-telling you. You must send for Blifil at once, and we'll have 'em married in the morning. And harkee, Allworthy, I'll bet thee £5 to a crown we have a boy tomorrow 9 months.
That is easily said, sir. But an affair such as marriage...
It must be concluded at once. I shall give my daughter half my fortune as her dowry. Do you likewise for your nephew, and, well, let's have done with it.
The arrangement is a little blunt, sir. I would rather consider the matter first.
Odds blood, there is nothing more to consider. My mind is made up.
Oh, very well, very well. I shall send Blifil to wait upon your daughter. I only pray she will consent to see.
Oh, she'll consent, she'll consent. Frosty old fart. I pity Sophie if Blifil is the least bit like him.
I have bidden Sophia attend upon us here.
Splendid, splendid. Allworthy has agreed to the match, and I'll now have the pleasure of telling her myself.
One moment, brother. Sophia is in my charge. It is I who have taken pains to arrange this marriage, and it is therefore only proper that the announcement be made by me.
No, sister, let me do.
I beg you not to refuse me this one satisfaction.
Odds blood, I always have to give way to you.
Yes.
Here is my little darling. Come in, my dear, come in. Just you listen to your aunt. She has some wonderful news for you. You'll be so happy. Bah.
My father seems strangely excited.
And so he should be. Mr. Allworthy has consented to everything. Your father is delighted. And this very evening you shall be united.
United? With whom?
Well, with the man you love. But why this troubled look? Those feelings. But I've already told you, my dear, your choice is most sensible. He's a fine young man, very fine.
Must admit that he is likeable.
Wise, considerate, well-spoken.
Courageous, humane, witty.
Discreet, knowledgeable, courteous.
Charming, handsome.
Refined, dignified. In a word, born to please.
Jones!
Jones? How, Jones? Jones and not Blifil? You dare to encourage a man of low estate, an illegitimate rake, to bring shame and dishonour on the blood of the Westerns, to make me pass for a woman of no discernment. Oh, I'll have him hounded from the house, from Squire Allworthy's, from the whole county of Somerset. No, nothing can restrain me, nothing can restrain me, nothing can appease my wrath. No, nothing can restrain me, nothing can restrain me, nothing can appease my wrath. I'd rather and already go to punish the scoundrel must join me. I'd rather and already go to punish the scoundrel must join me. To punish the scoundrel must join me. Forever from this bed.